Well, ladies, there's a new man in town. And I'm not talking about Houston. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and it is a gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful day in southern Oklahoma. And got a lot going on. Got a new guy coming to the farm today. There's gonna be a new man on the farm. It just is what it is. Old Isaac has never popped up. We have no clue if someone took Isaac or if he just disappeared into the brush and is gone forever. But it's been several weeks now since Isaac actually disappeared. No sign of him, nothing on the cameras. Rufus and the other goat, well, they're still down there doing just fine. So, new guys coming today. I got a busy day planned, got a lot going on, so I'm gonna get out here and do a few chores. Take you guys down to the garden. You guys haven't seen the garden in several weeks. Yeah, anyways, Houston's fish pond is looking mighty clear right now. It's doing so much better. And Houston actually caught, where's he at? Caught this big bluegill by hand the other day, and he is massive. We're gonna have to get him caught and show you guys someday. Earl's chasing frogs. And I was going to show you. So I told you guys a while back we were redoing our outdoor shower. It's almost complete. Everything's done except we need to get some cedar, and we're going to do cedar siding on it, basically from about neck height down to knee height. And yeah, it's got greenhouse panels on the roof. We've got a sliding barn door, and the concrete will be here forever. Not exactly sure what I was thinking when we did the first original outdoor shower out of wood, but it did last about 10 years. So anywho, one thing I was going to tell you, you guys saw on a video the other day, DJ did sell, or we did sell our mini Hereford herd, and it was kind of an emotional day for me. Like, I was attached to little Joe. That bull was kind of fun to have around, but the people that bought that herd from us sent us a video after they got home and unloaded, and it looks like these Herefords are going to be in Hereford heaven. They have a great place. I mean, I don't want anybody to think that we just shipped them off somewhere and don't know where they're going, or don't know where they've gone and what kind of life they're going to have. I'm telling you, they look like they're going to be in a great place. Check this out.
Sorry for the late video. Had to put them in this pen that has a lot more protection. The Great Dane's so unsure right now, so until he gets used to them, I'll keep them in here. But there's going to be plenty of property for them to go through. I mean, there's pens everywhere. We got it sectioned off, so I'm going to keep them in here till the dog gets used to them, and then obviously we'll get them out where they can stretch their legs. I'm also going to have another pen built so they can actually get into that one as well. So thought I'd just get them all over here with a little bit of sweet feed, spoil them a little bit before I let them go back at it. So if you need something, holler. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, so now you guys can see that the Hereford's got a good home, but check out the garden. We'll walk in the greenhouse in just a minute. You guys remember we tilled up the garden, planted all these rows. Here's what happens when you don't take care of the grass. No weeds. Weeds. Look at this. My garden's growing a better lawn than my lawn, but that's just part of gardening, so it is what it is. But look at this. We have our first zucchini. Look at those little guys. Lots of squash and zucchini planted. There's actually some oh, these need to be picked. These are ready to harvest. Look at this. This is a patty pan squash. I absolutely love these. If you've never grown any kind of patty pan squash, you're missing out. Let's see, there's not any yellow squash ready to harvest yet, but they are getting close. Look at this little squash. Aren't they cute? Got a couple cages of cucumbers because that's all it takes. Cucumbers grow like crazy. I don't plant a ton of okra. People are gonna be like, you're supposed to plant like 4 rows and put them on like 1 foot spacings. But I spread my okra plants out and they'll basically turn into a tree before summer's over. Tomato plants, doing good. Didn't plant a bunch. Guys, we are on a small garden this year. Not anywhere near like we used to grow. Peppers are growing good. Got a little black beauty bell pepper right there. Jalapenos are just starting to produce. But the real magic right now, I'm gonna put this squash in my pocket so I don't lose it. But the real magic is inside the greenhouse. The high tunnel is killing it right now. We are doing some good stuff in here. Look at got kale, Swiss chard, collard greens are actually getting eaten up by the worms. I try not to spray much in here, but the worms are killing those collard greens. Beets, look at this beautiful bok choy. My wife and I have been juicing so many greens, so much to juice right now. I mean, these collard greens, look at this self-wicking tub is, I think it's got 4 collard green plants in it, and it's just exploding. But yeah, worms. It's just part of gardening. For whatever reason, this is crazy. So the bok choy is really trying hard to bolt on me. We've been picking a bunch of the leaves and stuff. You can see a few are bolting, but the ones in the self-wicking tubs are bolting so much faster. Look at this Swiss chard. This is that Rainbow Lights Swiss chard. We got some yellow stems, some red. There's some white in there. Oh my goodness, makes such a good green juice. Green beans, those did not do anything. Those have aphids all over them. I need to spray them badly, but contender green beans. Pretty sure that was contender. I don't remember. Beets, a couple different kinds of beets. So we've been juicing a ton of greens out of the greenhouse. Garden is killing it. That rain we got last week, much needed. We ended up with about 4 inches of rain, 4.5, something like that. Man, we needed the rain bad. So the garden's kicking it right now. And yeah, so I say we load up in the truck and go pick up our new guy that's coming to the farm. We're gonna pick him up from a friend of ours and make some introductions. Well, ladies, there's a new man in town. And I'm not talking about Houston. They haven't seen our new friend yet. Bear, what are you up to, buddy? You come to say hi to the new guy?
So, this goat, actually...
I never told him it was a goat.
Oh.
Nobody knows it's a goat yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind then.
You can say it. I'm just kidding. Surely they figured it out by now.
So, this goat came from the same farm that this one came from.
Yep, that your spotted doe came from. Oh, look at her showing off. Is she gonna try to fight Pepper? So yes, we did get a new buck, and he came from our good friend Tyson Blevins. He used to have a YouTube channel called Blevins Family Farm, but I don't think he's posted on it in about a year or so. They had a baby and just a lot going on, I guess. So we did get a new buck. He let's just show him to you real quick. Let's let him out of here.
Yeah.
Come on out, buddy. Everybody got to make some introductions here. He is.
How old is he?
I think he's right about 2 years old.
Oh.
A little over 2 years old. Bear, you're hitting him in the face with your tail, man.
He's colored everywhere on
Yeah,
his
he's
body.
very spotted, isn't he?
Yeah.
He will make a good addition, a good breeding sire for our does for sure. So this is our new breeding buck, or Billy, whatever you want to call him. He'll get to breed our does like in a couple months, August-ish time frame. He is a Kiko Spanish mix mostly, with a little bit of boar goat in him. So a meat goat line, being, I think Tyson basically said he's about 75% Kiko and Spanish mix. So he should have very good parasite resistance. Shouldn't need to be wormed or anything like that very often at all, which he'll pass on to his kids. And he's very pretty, very spotted, and will throw a ton of color in our kids next year. So yeah. It's the first new buck we've had on the farm in like 3 or 4 years. I can't remember how long we had Isaac.
Big tick.
Oh, you got a tick on you, huh?
Yeah, I got a
So he's just going to kind of make his way around. I've got him in this pen that the goats were in. I moved the goats out over to where the cows were, and they can actually go back behind the house. I'm going to have to keep an eye out and make sure he doesn't try to get through this one cross fence, because it's, well, probably the weakest fence out of all of my fences I've got is the one that's now separating the buck from the does. So may not work. I think what we'll probably end up doing though is letting DJ's little donkey herd into this pen. I was trying to give it a break for a little while after we sold the Herefords. I moved the goats out of here and was trying to let this have, you know, a week or two to grow some grass. After getting 4 inches of rain on it, you know, we fertilized it several weeks ago now. It should start to regrow pretty quickly. Hopefully we can get some more rains. But what I'll probably end up doing is turning the donkeys into this pen, and then where Freedom, Fallon, and Phoebe are in that smaller pen there where they've been since, gosh, I don't know, for a couple months now. I'll probably put my buck over here. I always used to call that the the bro pen, because that was where I would put Isaac and whatever, you know, Big Mac or Whopper or whatever steer we were feeding out. And it's not a big pasture, but it's plenty enough for a buck and, you know, a steer, or like right now a couple donkeys or whatever. But anyways, yeah, new buck on the farm. Hey, put that thing away, dude. See, that right there is why Billy Goat smells so bad. He was just peeing on the back of his front legs and peeing on his beard, and that smells terrible. Oh yeah, that's what they do.
Oh.
You know, when you grab a hold of a billy goat and they stink real bad, it's because they pee on themselves to spread their scent. They'll pee on their beard, and then they go rub their chin on all their girls, so that marks their territory, and that's their girls. So we'll see how he does. I think he will be a very good addition to our little herd. Tyson takes very good care of his animals. There's no doubt. He raises some really good goats. And Houston's little spotted doe this year kidded for the first time. That was her first babies ever, and her kid was the biggest kid we had on the farm this year. He was like 65 pounds when we sold him. So I have no doubt this guy's got some of the same genetics and will do really good for us. But something else I wanted to show you guys, I really want to show Houston, is while we were gone, I didn't film anything when we went and picked up the goat and stuff, but DJ and I had to go to the grocery store, went to Walmart, and I picked up, I always feed Houston, we always feed his pet bass and bluegill a bunch of worms. But today, I bought some cut up squid. Oh my God. Let's go see if your bass is hungry.
Yeah.
So typically we feed Houston's
You're getting your butt wet.
Woo! My butt's getting in the water, Houston. Typically we feed Houston's pet bass mostly night crawlers and a lot of minnows. But I was at Walmart and they had some frozen squid bits. One thing about this little bass in here, And I say little lightly because he eats a ton. There's a big bass and a small bass, and the big one, like, we can go to the bait store and buy 5 dozen minnows, and all of the minnows will be gone in about 3 or 4 days. We're gonna put a few pieces of this frozen, well, it's not frozen anymore, let it thaw out, but squid bites, some raw squid, and see if the bass will come get them.
Yep.
Is anybody home? You're like staring off into Narnia.
I'm just looking at the goats.
All right, Mr. Bass. I got the GoPro in the water. Let's see if he'll come over here and get a bite. Never fed him this stuff, so.
The goldfish are like, ooh, what's that?
Oh.
I think it sinks too fast for him to see it.
No, he sees it. All the goldfish see it too. Well, he definitely didn't come right after it. All the goldfish come up and sniffed it. Let's try a night crawler. He may not even be hungry right now, but we'll see. Oh, the little bass come and nailed that night crawler.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, the bass could care less about the squid bites, so that may be catfish bait. Threw a couple night crawlers in there and the bass just destroyed them, but I left a couple pieces in there. He did go after one, like grabbed a hold of it and then spit it out and swam off, but the bluegill are pecking at it, so we're not going to put any more in there. I don't want that nasty stuff to make the water bad. But before we go, I wanted to share with you guys, last night Houston and I and Mom and Emily went to, where'd we go last night?
To a Granger Smith concert in the ring.
You sure had to think awful hard about that.
Well, I was confused. I thought you meant like, not even the concert. I thought you just meant like,
The town?
where did we go yet?
Oh, yeah. So we went to a Granger concert. It was Granger Smith and Casey Donahue. Casey Donahue was opening up for Granger. Anyways, Granger gave us some all-access passes. Got to go backstage. And then while we're back there talking to Granger, he actually gave Houston his camera and said, here's my camera for the Smiths vlog. So you get to film for the rest of the night for the Smiths. Yeah. So if you watch the Smiths, or if you don't, go check them out on YouTube. That's Granger's family vlog channel. And I'm sure it'll be probably a week or two before that's out. I don't know how far behind they are on their posting schedule, but we got to go backstage and hang out back there with the band and everybody and spend some time getting to talk to Granger and stuff. And yeah, Houston's gonna be on the Smiths vlog. And it was just really cool. It was a fun experience. I didn't film a ton, but we'll close out this video with some footage from the concert. It's really cool. Granger puts on a heck of a show. And we got to meet so many of our fans at his show. Yeah. I bet we took pictures with 12 or 15 different families. And when we were in the back talking to Granger, I said, hey, it blows my mind how many kids are here. Like, I wouldn't have thought Granger's concert would be a big kid attraction. He said, oh yeah, we're kind of turning it into a Disney show, which isn't bad. It's just really cool to see that that many kids are into listening to Granger's music. I think he does a great job, but puts on one heck of a show. I know that. He gets everybody on their feet. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, we'll roll that footage and we'll see you guys on the next video. What are you doing?
How you feeling tonight?
I feel great. I mean, I'm not like totally feeling Granger or
Beautiful
something.
crowd. You look good. You look good. All ages. We got all ages with us tonight. We're gonna have a song from our little boy on our latest record. It's called "Buy a Boy Baseball." Goes like this.
Love you, buddy.
Buy a boy baseball. You outside. You stand through. Take a little time. You go it back. Teach you how to play. Watch your mom. Make on the plan. Amazing grace has freed the son that has saved a wretch like me. I once was gone, but now I'm found. Was mine, but now I see.